Morning, Brooks Fortenberry, and yes, I said that right. Fortenberries. That reminds me of what was it, the Nickelodeon show or?
Yeah, the Wild Thornberries.
The Wild Thornberries. Yeah, that's what I thought about when I was there. He's with Performance Therapy in Clinton, although you guys have a few places, right?
Yes, we have 18 clinics, all of them in the state of Mississippi. Most of them in the metro area and in y'all's viewership area, but a wide variety of what we offer in those clinics. All of them have physical therapy. Some of them are more focused on pediatrics. Some of them are focused on adults. Some of them have occupational and speech therapy and athletic trainers. So a wide approach.
And you're more on the athletic side?
I do like that side. I do like that side. Now, I like a mixture of everything, but you know, favorite part about working with those athletes is being able to get to see them back on the field doing what they love to do. You know, it's kind of tangible.
Yeah, and I just saw, we put in pickleball video to kind of tease you coming up. And you know, they talk about, it's the fastest growing sport right now. And people love playing it. I love playing it when I have the chance. But people get hurt.
Yeah,
pretty regularly on with the pickleball. You think, oh, we're on this small little thing, we're just hitting it right here, and all of a sudden, boom, there goes something. So one of the things I wanted to bring in for you today was that, can you show us how to kind of, I don't know, deal with injuries, how to prepare for something like that? You know, maybe I'm a 50-year-old and I'm worried that I might get hurt, but it looks like fun. What are some things that I can do?
Yeah, I mean, there's really a mixture of all kinds of exercises to do regardless of your activity levels. We have some people that are like that avid pickleball players that are playing 10 hours a week. We have some people that are more sedentary at a desk, and there's exercises that would benefit everyone for that, you know. So we kind of picked shoulder stuff today to talk about.
All right, let's do some shoulder stuff.
Let's run through some. So we'll kind of talk a little bit about some things that we do while we're doing this. The first one, just grabbing, let's get those hands a little bit more narrow. I want you to just give me a good row where you're pulling back. Let's do about 15 reps just for consistency amongst all these.
Ooh, you're gonna have me sweating.
I know, sweating through the coat pocket.
All right, that's about 10.
Yeah.
Okay, 15.
Yeah, there's some foundational exercises that every patient's gonna get no matter what. Now, I want you arms straight going down and back. Yeah, still focus on kind of pinching those shoulder blades back. Everybody, no matter what, is gonna have an expectation of doing some exercises.
Brooks, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it through the show like this. Okay, 15.
Good. Now, I want you to hold it.
And what is this doing for me?
So the first ones we've kind of done are more of postural exercises, activating that scapula. I have patients ask me sometimes about, do I need a back brace? I'm like, well, our body already naturally has a back brace. It's all those muscles in the back. So we want to kind of strengthen those before we work into the rotator cuff exercises. Okay. So this one, get a little bit closer of a grip probably, and then we're just going to pull it directly out to the side. Yeah, adjust your tension based off your strength there. Yeah, I want you to pull all the way out. Yeah, like that.
Woo! Hold on, I might need to take this jacket off in a second. Gracie, you want to come do this? How many am I doing?
Let's do about 10 or 15 of those too. Then we'll kind of get.
Man, I got to work out after this.
I know, right?
Whew, okay.
All right, good. Now, let's just treat your right arm as if it was the injured arm. I want you to hold that. Keeping it close to your body, and we're pulling in.
Okay, I do these sometimes.
Yeah.
And we're trying to just keep everything else still, right?
Yeah, try and keep everything else. That's one of the things we kind of look for in that first visit. Are people having to compensate and use other muscles to complete those movements? We have people that are massive, you know, muscle mass, big bodybuilders, but those small rotator cuff muscles that are so important will be weak with people.
For the rotator cuff, I mean, it's a delicate muscle, or not muscle.
It's a group of 4 muscles. Right, they're small. They're not those big deltoids and biceps and traps and pecs that everybody's working. There are 4 small muscles in there, but they play a super important role for stability of the shoulder.
And how do people tend to injure those when they're doing things?
If it's athletics, think of a baseball player throwing. The rotator cuff are the brakes for your arm. So that the pecs and lats are what's working hard to bring that arm through. Yeah. The rotator cuff is what's having to slam on the brakes to stop that arm from coming through.
Interesting.
Yeah. But for somebody that's doing yard work, or I had a patient that's in their 80s doing Operation Christmas Child shoe boxes, those muscles will kind of wear down over time with overuse as well.
Interesting. So, rotator cuff, very delicate. When you come back, because we're going to bring you on a little bit later, what are we going to be working on then?
I think I want to do a little bit higher level exercises and see what you got, you know.
Am I allowed to take off the
you might just have to.
The jacket? Yeah,
so get some sweat stains going in.
Yeah, but like I keep saying, like that's really interesting. And that stuff, I mean, just over time is just going to strengthen it, or is it kind of stretching it? I mean, or is it both?
We're looking for a mixture of things. For people that are more kyphotic, we want to do pec stretches. We get them in a doorway, do lat stretches. But those rotator cuff muscles typically have pretty good flexibility other than internal rotation a lot of times. It's more of strengthening them up.
Okay, if I don't have a band with me, I'm in my office, I'm at home, is there stuff I can do?
Come to Performance Therapy and we'll cut you a band for free. Do whatever you need to do, you know.
that was one way to plug it in. But yeah, no, okay. Cool to stick around.
Yeah.
Come on a little bit later and we can do some more advanced stuff.
Get it burning good.
Brooks, my guy. Oh, I'm just kidding. All right, welcome back, everybody. So now we got some more stuff here. Brooks Fortenberry with Performance Therapy in Clinton, but really it's all over the metro area. You guys should go check that out. All right, what are we doing with all this stuff now?
So this turns boys into men right here. So we might save it. We might save it for a little bit later. We might save it a little bit later.
It takes boys to men. All right. But we're going to stick with the band still a little bit.
Yeah, I want to do a little bit higher level stuff. We were doing a little bit of basic stuff earlier, but I'll show you a little bit more of what we might would do with some of those athletes or even somebody that has a high level job of having to lift repetitively or overhead. The first thing with the band, I want you to stand on it.
Stand on it?
Yeah, stand on, not both of it, just one part of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to be holding it in your hand and lifting up in front.
Okay.
Yep, just like that. Yep, keeping those elbows straight. Let's just get about 10 reps. I won't burn you out too bad. Start sweating through the collared shirt.
I know. Okay.
Yep. Now, I want you to kind of get your thumbs under it, and we're going to go overhead with it.
Okay, this is
do some overhead presses with it.
All right, I want to get the camera to look at this. All right.
There we go. Yep.
Woo. Okay.
Get a little sweat going. Get a little sweat going. Not too bad.
All right, so what is this working?
Good. So that's kind of more of working the deltoids. There's a little bit of rotator cuff component in if you're going slow and we're keeping it kind of light. But, you know, I talked about that rotator cuff and how important it is.
Yeah.
We still want to work those big muscle groups too, especially if there's some weaknesses in it. So we're giving it an overall approach.
Okay.
Let's see what we got with the body blade now. Okay. So it's all about finding the rhythm with it. We'll start with the arm straight. We're working side to side. This is more endurance activity. It's not necessarily a weighted lift by any means, but we're there and we're having to work those rotator cuff muscles, those small muscles that help stabilize that shoulder. There we go.
Okay, so this is not supposed to be too strenuous at the beginning, right? It's supposed to kind of...
It's all about how
it kind of reminds me of the shake it muscle. Do you remember that thing that came out?
I was dared to bring one of those on. I'm like, absolutely not. I don't want a viral moment. You know, I just want a little exercise. But yeah, this is just like that. That short.
See, this is more fun. This is more fun for me.
Exactly.
So why is this boys to men?
Depends on how long I make you do it.
And I'm not singing.
Let's do up and down now. So same movement, just working up and down.
And is this stretching me out more? Like it feels like...
A lot of times people use that term, but this is a fully strengthening exercise.
Really? So this is strength training in a way?
Yeah, strength training in a way. We said it's not all we do, but it's a part of what we do with a lot of our shoulder patients.
And again, this is all shoulder stuff?
All shoulder. Now I'll show you kind of a tricky one I'll have some athletes do. I want you to start at that hip on the other side, and we're keeping it shaking the whole time, but working all the way up and back down.
I see what you're...
Yeah.
Man, I might not even have to stretch before I work out today.
This is, I had a tennis player come to me one time, and he ended up buying one of these and incorporated it into his warm-up routine.
So I love golf. This seems like this could be great for any golfer.
Absolutely.
Because you know, this is your swing, right? You're like there, and this is kind of strengthening.
Yeah, we want to, especially with athletes, we want to incorporate multiple muscle groups at one time because you're not just doing one little thing like this. You're working your wrist, you're working your core, you're working your hips as you swing through.
Okay. Got one last one for us?
Yeah. I mean, let's do another one. I'll do one tricky one with the band. I like holding it out and have people do a little bit of bus drive in there where we're bringing it across while keeping those shoulders activated the whole time.
All right.
Yeah, keeping that tension on the band as we work it.
Go get a band. All right. So they're telling me we got a wrap in my ear.
Yep.
How do they go find you? How do they be a part of Performance Therapy?
We have the 18 clinics all around the area. You know, for my metro people, if y'all want to just come to Clinton and see us specifically, that's all right. But find your closest clinic. We have a website, performancetherapyms.com. You can find out everything you need there. And then in July, we will have direct access to where you can just walk in the door even without a referral. So we're excited for that.
That's interesting. So you don't even need a referral. You could just walk in.
In July.
That's pretty cool. July. Mark that down. All right. I think we could bring it back on here in the future. So. Absolutely. Brooks Fortenberry with Performance Therapy. We'll be right back.
Back to work, Clinton.